Gerald Brockhurst was born in Birmingham at the end of the 19th century.
Brockhurst's father was a coal merchant.
From Birmingham, Brockhurst went on to the Royal Academy in London and went to Italy and France, and this is where he first came across portraiture from the Italian Quattrocento. These were artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli, Raphael, Fra Filippo Lippi, and this sort of Renaissance style of portraiture completely inspired Brockhurst. He developed a very distinct signature style, which has a very Renaissance background, but with a sort of modern sitter in front of it. He moved to New York just before the outbreak of the Second World War. He ended up coming under the notice of some of the biggest sort of families of the New York society, such as the Mellons and the Gettys, painting portraits of people like Marlene Dietrich and Merle Oberon. He started to receive commissions from quite a lot of notable figures of the day. This beautiful portrait by Brockhurst features a woman called Yvonne MacDonald. She was born Yvonne Norton-Bell. She was the daughter of an Argentinian cattle ranching dynasty, so she grew up with incredible wealth. In the 30s, she met a Danish aristocrat called Kurt Heinrich, and they embarked on an affair. She commissioned this portrait for him. She chose Brockhurst, the leading portrait artist of the day. What is quite extraordinary is that we have letters from Yvonne to her lover relating to the commission of the portrait from Brockhurst. She talks quite clearly about how she chose the dress because the blue reminded her of Murillo's Virgin Mary's cloak. She is wearing a sumptuous velvet dress. Given that he's really not using much paint at all, you can really sense the texture, and you can see that from quite a distance. He's just used different sort of highlights and shadows really to kind of create that sense of the fabric itself. You've also got these wonderful vignettes of a landscape in the sort of foreground. This is very much classically part of Brockhurst's technique. He chose to deliberately sort of emulate early Renaissance portraiture style. So a very sort of sparse background and then these sort of classical landscapes that, you know, could be from any country or any time period. The picture was painted in 1939. Obviously, only a few months later, World War II broke out. Yvonne signed up to join the Mechanised Transport Corps, and she was one of the first people in France helping evacuate the troops. She was an exceptional woman. We have a photograph of Brockhurst in his studio from June 1939. Prominently displayed on the easel is his portrait of Wallis Simpson, Duchess of Windsor, and to the right of this, on another easel, is the start of this portrait of Yvonne MacDonald. And the fact that he chose to have this picture in this formal photograph that was taken of him speaks volumes for how highly he rated it.